Welcome to the Smash Masters podcast, hosted by Stefan Eschi and Nick Priest. This is where we dig into the auto body collision repair field and talk quality repair methods and how the industry is always changing. Buckle up, it gonna get bumpy. That always changing industry. Welcome to Smash Masters podcast, episode 61.
Fancy guy coming in with the intro. Ooh. I like it.
You like what I just that was good. You just rolled right off.
Just rolled right up in there, and
I interrupted you. Usually I let you talk first, but I was like, no, this time is me.
Alex is first. So
that's true. Alex was first.
I can't be first. Alex is first. So
then I was first.
What's up, Alex?
Then you were first.
Yeah. So this
episode,
Jack
will be first.
Episode 61, though. That's we're breaking into the 60s now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're making it this far. But guys, don't forget though. We got this right here. We're going to be making a post about this soon. It's going to be a giveaway at the end of this month. So we hadn't forgot about it. So be looking forward to that.
Oh, no. It's the beginning of the month. The post will go out on Facebook. Yep. So it's not July yet. So it's almost July. You have the giveaway tool and we're ready to do it. And so all of the month of July, we'll be giving away the Stormbreaker slide hammer from Dent Vision Tools and Anson PDR.
Right.
And that should be great.
All you got to do is to follow those 3 easy steps, and I'm been kind of tempted to use it. Honestly, I'm not going to, but it just sits here, and I'm like, I could maybe use that on something.
Once somebody wins, you can ask their permission to use it.
No, I'm not going to use. I can just get my own and use it, but it's sitting there, and I'm like,
that's the real answer.
You want her to try it out, right?
That's for sure. Next thing for trying out, if you guys haven't tried out these Black Magic PDR tips for your PDR push tools yet, I just got a whole nother order of stuff in that I can't wait to try out. I mean, everybody talks about these R4 caps, both the bullet and the bubble, and I can't wait to try them. So I got a set of those. I got some more door tools because I tried those out and they're great. I am trying out their new sharp door tools. I have not tried those out before. VIP knockdown. I mean, pretty much he's got covers for just about everything that you got in your toolbox, tool case, gun case, whatever you keep your tools in. Head to Black Magic PDR Tools. You can search for it on Google and it takes you right to their website. Put in an order. It's the cheapest PDR tool order you'll ever do, even with all this, and it will last you forever. These are great tips. So please make sure to go out and check those out.
I'm going to put in an order here soon.
Tonight.
Did I get any of those tips for the Excaliburs?
Excaliburs? I'll bet you they do.
No, he says, did you get any?
For my Excaliburs?
Your sharp tip tool set you got? No? Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe these are. I have to try them out. I don't know what these sharp tip tools fit yet. So that's why I bought them. So I'm going to try them out. I'll let you know next week. How about that?
That'll work.
There you
Chris hooked you up with them. Yeah, there's some good stuff. I'm going to put in an order for them soon.
Yeah, I'll let you know absolutely what I think, Matt. It's I can tell you I've used the door tools, I've used the whale tail tools, I've used the round tip tools, all those covers, and they are excellent, absolutely excellent. I mean, they even they fit so well that they're stuck on the tool. Honestly, I would recommend putting a piece of test tape on because you push hard enough, they will come off, just like any cover. So put a little piece of test tape on them, and then you don't lose your tip inside the door or panel or whatever it is. But they're excellent. They last forever. They're super awesome pushing.
Awesome.
So I already think they're great.
And you don't want to lose your tip.
No, definitely not. Next thing on the agenda is we got the Hail Expo coming up and the Cam Auto competition coming up. They're like right at the same week, I think. But if you are interested in pushing on a hail, or you do push on a hail, the Hail Expo is the place to be. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to make good connections, good networking, and everything. And if you're not, the glue pulling and PDR competition up in Canada, Cam Auto is the place to be, because we're going to be watching 10 super talented technicians from all over the world fixing some massive damage. They're going to have 12 to 16 hours to fix this stuff. So we're talking lots to learn, lots to watch.
Yeah, two good places to be. That's here before long. That's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. Yeah. All right.
So,
well,
let's get into the show.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bring him in here.
Awesome guest tonight, Jack Bucknell.
What's up, guys?
We got to hear
Thanks
Jack
for having me
Bucknell.
What's up, Jack?
Woo! There you go.
Yep, there we go. Started off right.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
More popular than a barbecue competition in Tennessee.
I think he's talking about Smash Masters podcast.
You didn't get no applause on that one?
Yeah.
There we go. Well, Jack, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate being on the show.
I've been watching you on Dent Nerds and many podcasts. I've never gotten a chance to really talk to you. I mean, even at MTE, I felt like we would run into each other and we're both headed different directions. So thanks for coming on. Have you on. So where are you from? Who are you? Where are you from?
I am Jack Bucknell. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I own Sioux Falls Dent Repair here in town. Been in business now for just over 8 years now. Armio's in the house. Woo! Started the business 8 years ago. I've been doing PDR. Started in 2010 as I was also a body tech and paint tech in the past, and was actually in the body shop at the time when I got my first set of PDR tools.
Nice.
And just got into it, and and here I am now. So now I get to go to all the shows and go. I never would have thought in a million years that I'd be traveling, internationally to Japan and Germany for the trade shows now, and hopefully in the next year or two, maybe even go to Italy, the Italy show, and more the merrier, man. I love going to all of them. So I love seeing all my friends and getting to hang out with people and explore new areas and stuff with friends, and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Isn't that fun? I found my love for trade shows these last few years, and it's definitely my people. Definitely MTE,
I could just go to everyone.
No, I would love to start going to Europe to those shows as well. So we'll see.
We kept up with the Japan one here, this last one, and it seemed like it was a good show.
Like a life changing.
It seemed like a lot of I bet it. Was there any culture shock as far as going there? Or anything that? I know there had to have been.
Way different. I mean, I always on my top of my bucket list was always Germany, and Germany was fantastic, but Japan was so different that it was just like, holy cow! I can't just go and experience it. Trust me, it'll be worth it. So I'm going to the next Japan show in 2026. So they're going to have them every 2 years. So that makes it a little more easier to attend them. So, obviously every year on traveling and stuff like that is expensive, but it's totally worth I will just fix more hail cars and make it work. So
have you ever been to SEMA?
I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to SEMA this year. No, I have not. I've always wanted to go. I would love to go. But normally it interferes with hunting or deer hunting or something. And then we've got, I don't even know if that's like the same weekend as Andy's meetup in Dixon. That's always a for sure go-to thing.
They're a little off.
What is it, like the first week? Yeah, it's like I think SEMA's like the first full week or something, and Andy's is like the second or third week in November. So,
yeah. I mean, usually the SEMA is the last week of October, first week of November. Yeah, he's a little bit after, but no, you should make it to SEMA. Every car person needs to make it to SEMA at least once, and you can't
I am a huge
unless
car
you're
person.
in an industry.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, you're there with professionals. It's not anybody and everybody gets in until Friday. Friday,
everybody can get in.
But
okay.
Excellent show. I mean, everybody should go at least once. I don't recommend going every year. I went the last 2 years, and the second year was like carbon copy of the first one, honestly. So I was like, okay, I can wait 5 years before coming here again.
It's a lot to take in.
But
I've heard it's so huge. Like you could go there for how many days is it? Is it a full week or like 5 days or 4 days? I've heard the amount of time that the show is, you could spend the entire time walking around, you still will not see everything. Yeah, like if you were just beelining it and looping around and whatever, and by the time you see everything and stop, it's just not going to happen. You got to prioritize, from what I've heard.
It is a lot of show. It is. It really is
a lot. Me and my buddy, we tried my first year there. We tried to see everything, and I think we saw a good amount of the cars. It did take a bunch of like, okay, we've seen this. Where are we going next? Like constantly just
like focus. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta go see things.
Yeah.
But and then still we'd be lying in a hotel or later after the next week or whatever, and looking through pictures and videos from SEMA. It's like, where the hell was that?
Right.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You can't see it all.
Yep.
But anyway, let's go back. You mentioned a body shop background, and we have a lot of body shop listeners.
We do.
So I'm wondering, what got you into body work? What made you start in a body shop?
So I grew up around. So my dad's a frame and unibody technician. He's been doing paint and body work, since like the mid '70s, I suppose. And then in '91, he went out on his own, started his own shop, which is actually where I'm working out of now. He's kind of semi-retired. He does do some work from time to time, but is definitely a little selective on it, which is good. And so, anyways, that's definitely helped steer me into the collision side of things. Because originally, when I was in high school, I was originally under the impression that I was going to go to be a mechanic. I went and took all the automotive classes, small engine, welding, all that, everything I possibly could. And then I took, in sophomore year, I was able to take my first auto body class. And I was basically like instantly like, all right, this is the thing. Like it's going to be something body work. More importantly, I really want to do painting and stuff. Graduated high school, took as many auto body classes as I could, or just automotive classes in general. Then went to the local trade school, Southeast Tech, for auto collision refinishing. Went to that.
How long was that?
2-year course. So the first year you spend in the body side. Well, at least that's how it did back then. You spend in the whole entire body side. And the second year, it was all paint side. So some guys actually did it backwards, which I'm glad I didn't, because I would obviously rather learn body work first and then painting, because that's the process of how it's done.
Right.
So I was glad I was able to get in that style of it. And went, and I put my first quarter panel. Actually, my first quarter panel on in tech school. It was a '67 Chevelle that the previous year the kids had cut off, and they didn't have the panel to know where to cut, so they cut too much of it off. I had to put a splite, like a backer plate in, because anyways, long story short, it was kind of a mess, and the car was a rust bucket. Like they had got, I think they had gotten it from like South Carolina, so it was just like the dash was rotted out on it, like from just salt, whatever in the air or whatever. So that was pretty interesting. But anyway, so that was my first like major panel replacement. And then my first semester, so it'd be December of 2007. I went to work at a body shop then, and then I worked there through my entire auto body career. I went from basically floor sweeper to the painter, so all the way up the chain of command essentially. Started as doing little tiny dents and over sanding it and undercutting body filler, putting, as we would joke on, more on, because you're sanding and putting more on because you don't know what you're doing. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in that shop. I actually still hang out with those guys. I was just with them this weekend at a car event, and then kind of a camping session or whatever. So that was a lot of fun. And then in about 2010, so I'd seen, so 2007 I started there. About 2010, we'd had a couple PDR guys come in and do dent repair, and it was like dent different, dent better, whatever you want to call it. You could still see a little bit of a wiggle, or a couple of little prickly marks. You know what I mean? Like it was. They did an okay job, but it was just like I could still see it. So, and at tech school, they did not have anything positive to say about PDR, which was really sad. Like it, maybe it was because of the way the teachers had seen it, but some body men look at PDR as, oh, they're taking my work. It's like, well, you probably don't want to put a roof on that vehicle anyways, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So anyways, fast forward, we had a guy come in and do some PDR work. He did a fantastic job. Like we're all three sitting out there looking at it. I remember it was a yellow Dodge Ram pickup. It had like 3 quarter to half size or $50 size dents in the fender. So nothing like extreme, but we're looking down it and we're like, we can't see where this dent was. And I was just floored. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how does that happen? Like, that's amazing. Yeah. So got in touch with him, talked with him. He pointed me in the direction of some A1 tools, which I have a bunch of them still to this day. And do use some of them. I still have all of them, but throughout the years and stuff, you get, ratcheting handle tools and so on and so forth. And then in 2014, I got a call to go work with that guy at a local dealership, become an in-house technician doing PDR full time. Probably made one of the most hard decisions of my life, was jumping ship from that body shop, because I loved working there. I loved all working with all the guys and stuff, but to jump ship to go to a PDR, and then did that. And then I worked at the dealership for just shy of 3 years, and then started Sioux Falls Dent Repair, and the rest is it. Now I'm on a podcast with you guys. So
nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So back when you were learning bodywork, was there anything that you really struggled with that you remember?
Undercutting body filler. I remember that being a big thing. Starting off, I was doing body work and stuff before even starting in the body shop. So I have a 69 Plymouth Barracuda that I was restoring in high school, putting patch panels on the fenders, putting mud on, sanding it. It takes forever. It's exhausting. It's definitely my God, it's exhausting to even think about doing now. Very labor intensive. And the one fender on it, it was hit so bad in the front end. Me and my dad, we had to cut the headlight bucket area out of the fender to beat the fender out just to get it straight enough to mud. Because you can't buy fenders for that car. You still can't buy fenders for that unless you buy fiberglass, but that's not what I was going to buy. And even back then, 20 years ago now, you couldn't buy damn near anything. Funny enough, I bought the quarter panel patch panels in probably the mid 2000s. And at the time they were ungodly amount of money. And I joked after I got them that, man, by the time I get time to put these on, they're going to make a full OEM quarter. Well, guess what? They make a full OEM quarter. I now have those purchased for it. They're mocked up. One of them's mocked up on the car right now. It's vice gripped up. I kind of got in the habit of the last couple of years of taking off time right around Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. It's just like a dead zone for me and a lot of other companies I know. So my dad would come over and we would work on it together, but that was, 2 years ago, the last time we touched it. So, now I just want to go ice fishing in the winter. So
we get just set up there. Hey, what's a project car if it's not still a project? So,
right. You can't call it a project car anymore once you're done with it.
Right? Right. Yeah. I don't know if they're ever actually done though. It would be the thing. You'd always want to do a little something here. You get it done, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to put another nicer radio in it, or nicer tires and wheels, or hop the engine up a little bit more, or whatever. So,
right.
It's never done if you're not getting paid for it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's true. And then you what's up, Gene? Woo! And then it's hard, to work on that stuff when you work on cars all day long. I mean, I don't do body work, but just the act of working on cars. When I'm done, I want to, jump on a boat. I want to go ride my motorcycle. I want to go camping. I want to go. I want to go do a million other things other than work on a car. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, and you can look back on some of those. those dents on some of the early days, like if you had the knowledge you have now, you could go back and half that stuff you wouldn't even be mudding anyways, which is crazy to think about.
Yep.
So that's why we kind of like you want to bring some of this tech to some of these body guys, because it after you get the hang of it, you get the knowledge and set in there, you can really do some good stuff with it.
So before you jumped ship to PDR, did you do any kind of glue pulling or anything like that in the body shop?
Yeah, so a little. I did a little bit of PDR at the body shop, and I was doing some stuff on the side and stuff like that. But I remember getting my first glue kit. That was before, that was probably in. I don't know if it was in 2010, probably definitely 2011, but I still actually got the original box that I bought all the stuff from, and it was with the, just your standard. I think it's a Surebonder, the blue glue gun that we all used to have back in the day. Some standard yellow and red glue. Joshua, and
the dent out,
and it sucked. It sucked, man. Like man. The original glue. I mean, I've literally got the original tabs right next to me, and like the old Worth stuff, and I still got the original slide hammer that I have. I still carry it with me. I don't really use it a whole lot because it's pretty heavy for what I use now. But I mean, to think back of if I would have had the stuff that we have today. Not only a battery operated glue gun, because that was not a thing back then.
Right.
At best, what's up, Don? The best thing that we had was, you get it, you convert it over to a 12 volt and put a battery on your cart. That was your cordless glue. Well, you could roll around the whole shop and not, you know what I mean? But, now like me, for instance, like I use all Dent Reaper glue. Most of his tabs are like the go-tos for me. And that stuff works fantastic. It just sticks. It works to where prior, you put on glue, it just pops off. It was normally never, back in the day, it was normally never a problem of getting the glue to like come off the car. It would fall off, or it was easy. It would get brittle. And then you're sitting there picking at it with your fingernail. And then it just, I just remember literally if I would have to glue pull something, I would just be like, oh my God, this is going to suck. I just hate all of this, and it just, and now I glue pull like anybody that's worked with me, especially when I'm out doing hail. Most of my cart is a small Pro PDR solution, like, what would it be, about this big. It's mostly fitted with all just glue. I'll maybe have a couple rods. I'll have like a home base cart over here with all my stuff on it, but I'm not wheeling around even my pack out or anything, because I want small, lightweight, small areas, easy to move. It's extendable, so I could go up and do a rail with the same cart, and I'm keeping, just whatever tools I need at the time. So I'm not one to like take tools off and load up a cart and go around a car. I set up like a base camp, or if you've seen, I just recently redid a bunch of my stuff and got the two binds, one business, the two MB1, the tool holders. I don't have them here; they're at the shop, but the ones where you can click them in. And my God, I made a setup like that because I used to have just a hard golf bag with all my tools in it, and it was like a rat's nest. And it works fine for me because I would just go over there and I already know what color handle the tool is. I would just walk over and go, all right, I need the blue handled whale tail. Okay, I already know what the tip is. I know the handle color. I just go over and grab it and pull it out, and now I'm using it versus pulling everything out. Because when I travel, I'm using my Ram pickup, so I can't run a tool cart up into it. I have to break everything down. And the thought of I used to run with a TDN cart, which is a great cart, but having to break that down and set it up and then hoist that into the back of a pickup, my God, it's like it would about kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I wouldn't want to set that up at all.
Yeah, I currently haul a trailer myself, and I know a lot of people don't like to do that. Yeah, but it works for me.
It's not a bad idea though. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's funny. I kind of get that little bit of damn, I have to glue pull now, but it's from a different meaning. It's because I got cold glue, and cold glue.
Oh, cold glue is freaking awesome, dude. That is if you don't have cold glue, I know you guys do, but if you don't, just get it. Oh my God, it's life changing how much of a difference that makes and how much you can pull. Especially once, you know,
Even for
I
the
got the
body
AR9 slide hammer.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, getting even stuff roughed out. I mean, so earlier this year, I was doing a car for a body shop and they wrote the rail to paint or whatever. And I was like, hey man, do you want me to kind of rough it out for you? And the guy's like, well, you know, we kind of really don't want to take any time from it. And I'm like, no, I'm just doing it as a favor. Like I'm going to spend 15 minutes or whatever on it. And it's going to save you a hell of a amount of time. So the tech's standing there, and he was kind of one that would always hang out, kind of BS, and just talk about stuff or whatever. So I'm just like, cool, whatever. I'm just going to go. I went over with cold glue. I went over there, went down that entire rail in no more than 10 minutes. And the guy's watching me, and he's like, dude, I'm going to have to put a little bit of body filler right in that one spot. The rest of this, I can put some heavy build primer on it. I'm going to block this before I prime it, and then I'm going to block it after I prime it. And that's exactly what he did. And he was like, dude, you that whatever, 9 to 12 hours. I got 2 hours into the rail, if that, but it's all blocking it. And he was like, he was floored. And I'm like, yeah, that's cold glue. Like I even thought about after I started, I'm like, you know, maybe I should just finish this off and get it. But then I knew that they kind of needed some work. So I'm like, nah, you guys can just have it. Like getting it to 80, 90%, I would say even probably closer to 90. They were just floored. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe how quick, like I said, because the dude watched me do it. He's just sitting there bullshitting, and he's just like, he's like a southern accent. So he's like, man, how the hell you do that? I got a kick out of it. He was floored, and he was like, what the hell is that stuff? I'm like, oh, it's cold glue. And he was using some regular cheap old glue or whatever. So I gave him some sticks of like Dent Reaper and stuff. And he was like, oh man, I got some glue. It's no big deal. And I'm like, yeah, try a couple of these sticks out. And then he was floored at how big of a difference it was. And he's like, you know, because most bodymen, if they don't have any, what's surprising to me is we've even got it around here. We've got shops that have the Kiko set up, but they don't buy the training. I've had to tell them so many times. I know I've talked with Danny and the guys at Kiko about that, and they're like, "Yep, unfortunately, some shops are just so like stuck in the we just bought the $5,000 in tools." Well, you need the training to be able to do it because you guys have seen it. The carts are over in the corner collecting dust. They look like a bomb went off. Everything's spread out all over the place. Nothing's getting used.
You see their new posts where they start out the post where the video says, don't buy a glue pulling system unless you buy training. And it's just, it grabs your attention because it's like, hold up. You're telling me not to buy it? It's like, well, don't. Yeah. Unless
you won't know how to use it. I mean, it's like buying a frame rack and having no experience whatsoever how to use it. Well, the concept, hook chain up to car, pull car. Well, yeah, but it's not like that at all. So,
I've been.
It's not hard either. It's just about learning it. Go ahead.
Cold glue down here, out in the parking lots in the sun. It just doesn't work here. I know Hudson. Hudson's in here. I know. I've been using his chocolate thunder glue, and his works really good out in the heat. I've had some that never set up outside. You know, I'd have to go find a shade spot and blow air on the car, or
Baytag never set up,
or this. You know,
cold spray. Yep,
I got to keep all that around just to even get stuff to set up.
Which can of stuff? I haven't seen that specific one. Which can of the cold spray stuff is that?
Man, this is just some.
You get that like on Amazon or something.
This is Walmart.
Because I get the stuff off Amazon, and it's like $25 a freaking bottle now, and it's gone. Like it used to be 12 ounces. I think now they're down to like 8. Yeah, Get a Grip would be an awesome compliment for working outside. I don't do any of that. Else I'd have an umbrella.
That is, and I have a pop-up canopy that I use. But
okay, yep.
It's still, you know, when you're moving cars, they don't all fit under there, and you have to you constantly chasing the shade with the canopy, you know, and it's crazy.
I've sent him your video, Hudson. Hudson says he's got a method for cold glue in this heat. I have sent him.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
We've already discussed it. We watched your video plenty of times.
not only with the cold glue, but like me. So like I bought the AR9 and bought the multiples of the dime and nickel and quarter size tabs to just keep one specific glue on, the cold and the hot. And I've had days where in the morning I'm using the cold weather, you know, when it's a teal or green or whatever, and then in the afternoon I'm using red. And I don't want to have to clean the glue off because I know I just won't use it then. If I've got to go through all that extra work, yeah, Sergio's red is the shit. And I've heard really good things about the yellow. I unfortunately have not got to use it yet, but anyways, so but anyways, that glue works really, really well. Like I said, and having the two different heads, two different dimes, nickels, all that stuff, and just being able to switch the head off has been huge for me because it makes it easy for me to change it, and then I will use it and do it because like I said, I know I'll be like, clean that glue off. I don't want to mess with it, and that glue will go forever. I mean, I've had entire like a year. I'll go using the cold glue, the same thing of it, as long as you don't drop it or anything like that. And then the next year, I'm like not really thinking that far ahead, and I'm like, man, this cold glue just really isn't sticking. You know, you're doing all the stuff, and I'm just like, all right, maybe I need to just change this little tiny amount out once a year. And like what was it? I think it was last year. I was down in Iowa working, and I did that, and then it was like, all right, well, this is just the problem fixed now. Like, just change the glue once a year or maybe every 6 months, depending on how much you're using it, and it goes that long. So,
it's good stuff if you can get into like a shade spot or catch it in the morning when you're outside. Then it pulls great. But man, once it gets past like 11 o'clock here, you can pretty much hang that stuff up outside. And I mean, you're spraying air all over it, and it can get crazy, but it is really good stuff.
Yep.
It is.
And another one, so like Hudson was saying, the really quick cold glue remover spray is fantastic. I got some of that this year.
I've been seeing that.
Definitely be sure to have that. A lot of times I've used is just hitting it with so I always use a torch, a MAP gas torch, but just flashing off a little bit of moisture just to get that cloud or whatever off, and then cold gluing. Even if it's hot, even if it's super hot out, it doesn't matter. Just flashing it a little bit with that cold glue or with the torch, sticking that cold glue on, boom, money. I tell people it's a money printing machine, that cold glue. Like, just get it. Trust me. And then just use it. Like, just stick with it. So.
And I do want to second your Dent Slayer AR9, AR10 is just an amazing cold glue slide hammer. I mean, there are plenty of good options out there right now, but that is by far
I'd really like to try the
super
Sergio,
fast.
the auto, what is it? The auto retract. Is that what they call it? Not retract.
Yeah.
The one that pops outwards.
I don't remember.
I mean, Don was bringing it up. The Pillion. PDR,
I think so.
It's
okay,
that's who was showing it at MTE before they got removed.
It seems like it could be good.
Yep. I heard about that. Yeah. It looks like a great idea. I know, like, Toledo was the one that was talking about it on the tool review he did, and then like later that next day, I'm like, "Where's the booth?" And then he's like, "Yeah, they had to leave." And I'm like,
"They did."
What the hell? That was a fiasco. But anyways, so yeah. But anyways, so definitely cold glue has been a big thing for me. It's just one of the things you got to do. I mean, I never would have thought it would be as good as it has turned out to be. Like, I was at the Advanced Skill Seminar when they were doing the first demonstration, Sergio, with the cold glue. And I think it was like, PDR Tool Time talked about this. Daniel did. Daniel was like one of the only, to my knowledge, one of the only guys that bought that kit as the first OG kit. And then they're outside messing around with it later that night, and they're just like, this stuff is killer. Because I saw the demonstration. It did okay, but nowhere near what, maybe the temperature is off. There's a lot of different factors in cold glue why it works and why it doesn't work. So I get that. But it was just like, after talking about it with other techs and then throughout the years, finally make that jump. One thing I do like about the new Boyot's new Dent Slayer's hammer or slide hammer is that they've got that added weight you can put on the new 10s, or you could retrofit your AR9, which is what I have. I didn't want the bigger slide hammer. I just wanted to be able to add the weight to it. And Boyot's like, oh yeah, we got that. So I went over there, got that, swapped it in. I don't use the weight as much as I was expecting, but there are times where I have had to put it on because I need just more oomph. Like, I don't want to blow my shoulder out. I want more weight behind the slide hammer to pull the damage area out. So.
Interesting.
It works really, really well.
I leave the weight on. I've been really happy with leaving. I mean, so I had the Air 9 and I brought it to MTE. They changed the end. They put a new elastic in it, and they gave me the thing. So I bought the weight to put on the end. I love it.
Yep.
I love it with the weight.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
no, that's a great tool. It's super fast, super easy. So it's definitely recommend it. Matt says Sergio
Yeah, actually,
Cold Glue is
Matt,
so good.
You can overpull
it. Yeah, he's the one that introduced me to it because he was the one. We were at MTE and he's like, "Man, did you go over to Sergio's yet?" And I'm like, "No, what's the deal?" He's like, "Dude, that teal colored stuff
last year?
is no. This was like shit 3 years ago, I bet.
Oh, okay.
Like the first year that he was selling the individual color packets of it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Armio, I was over at his booth talking with him, and he was like, "Man, did you see Sergio's stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen the cold glue stuff." He's like, no, they're pulling chrome bumpers with it. I'm like, "Get the out of here. No way." He's like, go over there, get a demonstration. You'll see it. Trust me. Just go over there. I'm like, "All right, where is he?" He's like, "Go over that way. You trust me." I go over there, and sure as shit, they had a chrome bumper, and I saw him glue pull a chrome bumper dent, and I was like, there's no way. Like, I wouldn't even hot glue pull that dent out, let alone, okay, all right, I'm sold. Whatever. Just give me all 3 colors you got. I'm in. So
it wasn't this year. It was the previous year.
Yeah, Gene was there. Yep.
Yeah.
Sergio was over in the Anson booth doing demonstrations with his cold glue. And I swear there was not a louder noise in that room. I mean, if you were in the room and you heard bang,
it was loud.
Bang, that was the cold glue slide hammer. And it just, they were sitting there and he was tempting. He was like, "Come on, rip it off." And like to people. And they were like, wow, giving it everything they had. They couldn't get the thing to come off the panel. So it was just like, wow, I gotta get some of that.
I have no idea how the hell they do it. Science. Yeah. Good job, guys. I'm glad somebody found it out because I wouldn't do it. So I'll just use it. So
I was reading that too.
Whenever Nick's over here giggling, I know somebody commented something funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna read that one out loud, but it's okay. I'm probably gonna
go rewatch the podcast. Yeah, you can watch the video and read it.
Hear about that one later.
Yeah, right.
Right. God.
But yeah,
anyway,
cold glue has been
to that effect. All I will say is that if you see a tool that you like and you think is good, buy it from the original person. They did the research and development on it. So, and I'm not saying anything against the person that he's talking against, because I have some of his tools that I really love. But, you know, like I mean, when you see the Temu ads and it's like, it's carbon copy of like Kiko stuff, Cam Auto stuff, whoever's or Excalibur. It's like, come on.
There's
and people are buying
peddling
it and suggesting it.
Right. There's people peddling that all over the place.
And the problem is that the stuff might be good, you know, and don't support those companies. Support the companies that did the research and development and put out the tools. That way next year they'll have something new. Because we want that.
Don't support the Timo shit. Yeah,
the Timu's not coming out with something.
I don't even care if it's good. I don't care. No. There's no development there. You're not helping the person that designed it, like you said, to make more products. Like, you know, and we've seen that for years. I mean, years ago, like when what was it? You know, people were ripping off Shane Jack's stuff, you know, with the Edge Jack. Like that was a huge deal. And it was like, what the hell? Like what? And not only that, but the industry is so small that everybody knows. You know, like it's not like a secret. Like when somebody comes out with the knockoff, and then you see God, you guys have probably seen it. The Kiko Robo Lifter is a damn near copycat version. I think the feet. I'm trying to think of who told me, but it was like the feet are the opposite way where they plug in, like the male versus female are just reversed. That's the difference. Like that's the only difference. But to look at it, I've never bought one or I've never actually seen one in person, but that's what I've been told. But I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't care if it's cheaper. I've got two or three. I've got 4 Robo lifters. I bought 2 of them in colors, and one of them's been used one time because I wanted the white and I wanted the multicolor one. So just cause. So that's how nerd level I am. I'm like, oh, that Robo lifter looks kick ass. I don't want to use it because I already got 2 black ones, but it looks kick ass. It's gonna look good. That's gonna look good in the shop on the back, you know, backdrop or whatever. So
yeah. No, I'm with you with that for sure.
Yeah, Go ahead.
I'm not knocking anybody who has a set of these knockoff tools and uses them. Just keep it to yourself. That's all I'm saying. You know, okay.
Nah, throw that shit away.
Don't go posting on the internet about it. Look what I found.
Yeah, right. Oh God, yeah. I think the biggest kicker for me is glue tabs, because the glue tabs have been so revolutionary in the last 5-10 years. I want to support that because that's been such a huge difference that I want to give all the support I can to people that have revolutionized that stuff. Because I remember how shitty it used to be. Like using I don't want to throw out any tabs, but some of the older tabs that we used to have used to work good. Now I wouldn't even keep them on my cart. I don't even want to look at them. Like they're just crap compared to today's standards.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I remember how revolutionary it was when Keith's Smooth Series tabs came out. Like I was floored. I couldn't believe it. And I still use them. They're great tabs. Like that was a huge stepping stone because everybody was making them all, you know, textured and golf ball texture and this texture and putting words in them and whatever. And then he's just like, I'm going to make them flat like a tire, a drag radial, or a slick, I should say. And then that was
talking about Keith.
The rest is history.
The Black Plague
Keith,
stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually just bought his lateral tension stuff. So I just bought the feet for the what's it called? The Porta Power. And then a couple, I've already have his straps. I've used those before. I just used those a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But I just bought a couple other, like the edge strap that wraps around, like where it sandwiches around the edge and you could pull like a door edge or something.
All that stuff is killer.
I haven't got to use them yet, but I was on the website and I'm like, you know what? If I'm getting the lateral tension feet for the Porta Power, I might as well just get these because it's just going to go hand in hand with that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's a super good setup. I've used it a few times. I've used it and it works great. I love it. But yeah, I mean, there's just go out here and support the people that are inventing this stuff and coming up with it and putting the time in. And man, I got so many people that I see all the time peddling the knockoff stuff, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Before we get too
not
far
helping
from
innovations.
Definitely.
Before we get too far from Hudson here, if Hudson's Gents the chocolate thunder glue is Anson's glue of the month this month or
nice
this coming month. They just posted it on TikTok, so I'm assuming it's for July. And if you do any app orders, the Anson PDR app, you will get a bag of Hudson's chocolate thunder glue. He just put out a video of himself. He wanted to show everybody how strong he is pulling a car on a perfectly level surface. But it was a testament to how strong the glue and the tab were.
I mean, it was hot outside, so you can't.
That was the point.
You can't get glue to set up most of the time outside.
Right. So at 120 degrees, which by the way, that's the temperature Kiko tells you to heat the panel to before gluing.
Right.
And then you need to wait for it to come down to 75 to 85 degrees to pull. He was pulling that truck across the driveway at 120 degrees. So that's a good testament to the glue.
It is.
For sure.
I'm probably going to go in there and buy, I don't know, 3 or 4.
I'm going to buy something.
I'm going to buy just the glue, I think.
Well, I'm going to buy something that I need because there's always something you need, and I'm going to get the glue.
The app for Anson is really, really slick, man. Being able to just get on there. And then it's got Apple Pay through it, right? If I remember right. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All my credit cards are already in my phone, so it's just the auto populate whatever. Like go on there, add a couple things to the cart, boom, sent. Like I don't have to go to a computer. I could just be sitting there. All right, I need this, boom, sent. It's here in a couple days, and you get the little care package that they always give you with the miscellaneous tabs and all the different goodies that they give you to try out.
There's all sorts of goodies they throw in there. I think I want to tell a little story here because Nick and I discovered Anson kind of together, and he did his first order on the app, and then he calls me. He's like, "Listen, man, you got to order on the app." He's like, "There's this guy." Yeah. There's this guy over at Anson, all right? And you make an app on the order, he goes in with your box and he goes, I'll give you some of this, some of this, some of this.
Yep.
The way Nick described it, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh man, and I got right on and
Yep.
ordered some
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Right, there's just like a bag, or you can like a sack, and they just rake shit in there and constantly.
This tall and a bunch of tabs and glue and another stick of glue and this and that, and it's like a helpful guide to all their glues and when the temperatures are good and everything. I mean, what a helpful company.
They are.
I'm a big fan of Instant PDR for sure.
Yeah. And then they have the awesome tech meetups and all that stuff, and just the whole family's awesome. All of the whole everybody there's the whole crew is just awesome. So
and
they're always innovating and
they're sponsoring Cam Auto's competition this month too.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing them up there.
I wish I could go, but I didn't get. I don't have a passport, so I didn't get.
You're busy going to the Hail Expo. You're busy.
I know, but I'm just saying. That would have been cool.
It's going to be a fun event.
Oh, now you know what you got to do. You got to get on that for there's no more excuses for next time.
Right. I just got to go and do it, and then that way I'll have it.
That's what I said
the
about
show. You just go ahead and get it set up.
Yeah,
that's what I said about Gene's level up training. I mean, we kind of said it live here on the podcast, so we're locked in for Gene and John's next level up training. Oops. But I really want that anyways. I think.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn a ton at that.
I can't wait.
That training. Yeah,
I can't wait.
I use. I've got a couple of PDR outlet stuff that I use. That's good stuff. That's
right now. PDR outlet has the brand new version of the shock blocker. I don't have it here. The fourth iteration of the shock blocker knockdown, and with the peak Pee-wee tip for I think is under $80.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
Right, for my favorite knockdown setup. And most people haven't tried this new shock blocker, even if you've had a bunch of them. The new one is smooth.
Yeah, it's got a little bit tighter tolerance. And
it's smooth. Did you see the Justin Dent video?
Yeah, because I've got two. I don't believe I wasn't on a whole lot. I was a little bit on social media today, so I didn't see really a whole lot. Let's go with the training. Yeah. Yep. No, but I haven't seen the new one, or I've heard about it, but I haven't heard what specifically is different about it. But I'm sure at Vegas I will be buying another one because I've already got two of them. I mean, I was pissed because he came out with the standard one, the silver one, and then right after he comes out with the lime green. Well, that's like my favorite color, especially for dent repair. Obviously, it's in my business, on my shirt and everything. So I'm like, I got to buy that. So I bought that at actually Japan to use in the competition. So new shock blocker is amazing. Next, we'll show you. All right, sweet. Nice. All right. Monday, Gene. Monday.
Matt says new one without the spring. Oh, you're holding him accountable. Gene, you got to put out a podcast Monday.
Yeah.
New one without the spring. So that's actually the number 3. So the third iteration has opposing magnets on the inside, no spring.
Really?
And I'm
really behind on this. One. Jesus. You get on so I
really
right now and buy another one.
But what they did was when you have the magnets is when you push on it, it gets tighter as you push. So it gets really tough to push at the end. Makes for a different knockdown experience. The fourth iteration is back to a spring, but it's a super smooth spring, and the inner piece doesn't wiggle in the outer piece as much. So it's much tighter, much smoother, better acting. It's my go-to knockdown now. The fourth one.
Nice. Yeah, that with the Galaxy tip and the VIP. Those are my two main knockdowns that I use.
Right.
There you go, Gene.
Those are some really good go-tos for knocking down. That's I keep those on hand. I keep Dent Reaper tabs on hand, and Hudson's Tornado tabs. They're right there at all times. That's what I use the most of.
Speaking of Dent Reaper, I did get a chance. I think I said this before the show. I did get a chance to use my new Kratos door tools. Not on a huge stretch dent like they're made for. Yeah. But I did use them on a door dent, and I was in and out in less than a minute because it pushed.
Those are some stout tools, man.
so nice. So nice.
I recently made an order from Dent Reaper too. I finally picked up the Hells Angels.
Oh
and been using those.
Now, did you get the 90 degree or the 45 angled one? Because he makes both of them now.
45.
And the seventh, if you don't have the 732nd version, the blue handled ones, the small ones, money. Get those.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I got the 6-piece set one, whatever one he has on his website.
Yep, that's the standard one. Yep. Yeah, yellow, gray, and purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
and then
come
just
with
go ahead
blue.
and add those blue ones on there. Just get those. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For them tiny holes, it's so mind blowing to me to think back of how tools have come. So, I mean, back before we had the Dent Reaper 732nds or the tequila. I remember the tequila being a mind blowing one, but it was just like those small tools would bend and they would work okay. You make them work, but now how they can make a 732nd tool that strong and you could just get in there, just wrench on it, and it's just all just moving. Just it doesn't twist, doesn't bend like. How I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Don't ask questions. Just accept the goodness.
I don't want to know. Just keep making these awesome tools, and I'll just keep buying them.
Right.
Like, that's it. Yeah.
Right.
I don't need to know the science behind it. I understand there's some type of metal, whatever engineering that I don't understand. I'm just gonna buy them. So
leave that shit to the professionals.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep fixing dents. I'm going to do dents and make TikTok videos. You guys make the tools.
Speaking of making TikTok videos, you were on the local news not too long ago, right? How did you get on that?
A couple times.
Been on twice, actually, the two main news channels. So last year, about the same time, about March or so, and then this year in March, the big news channel, Kellerland, called me, or they emailed me. And they're just like, hey, we're just trying to interview local businesses that are on TikTok. Would you like to be on there? And I'm like, absolutely. Like, yeah. So went on there. And then I made a joke on the first one. On the last year's one, I got their actual mic and did like a little joke like, tonight on the local news, Jack with Super Bowl's Denver Pair. We're going to be on there live, blah, blah, blah. And anyways, it was funny because I did the interview with the Kellerland, the big news company this year in March, and I asked to borrow the mic with the logo on it to talk. Mm-hmm. And I just go up there. I do like my second take was perfect. So I just use that. And the camera lady tells the lady that was the reporter asking me the questions. She was just like, they were both floored that I could just do that in like a take or two. They're like, how do you, what? You just picked up that mic and just went through that all through your head. You didn't have anything scripted. You're just like, and she, like the camera lady's like, wow, you're really good at it. Maybe you should take some notes. And you could just see like the one just kind of like, but it was hilarious. But yeah, it was right. It was, yeah, right. It was really, well, I mean, I got that because I've been doing videos since 2006 from Gene Fetty's course. I mean, way back in the day. I mean, I was doing videos back then and they're still on YouTube and they look terrible, but it doesn't matter because that's how you get better at anything, like think about your first dent. It looks like crap and whatever. And you just keep persevering through it and pushing through it. And yeah, like now my sister has got her own business going and she's doing the same type of content for her own business and then calling me and asking me questions about this, what kind of lights do you use, light stand, gimbal. I'm talking to her about gimbals and stuff and, audio stuff and all sorts of stuff. So it's cool to be able to help her through what I've learned through Gene doing the video course, from way back in the day. And now it's like, I mean, I can just literally pick up my phone and just do a video at about any time and it's not a problem. Like, cause it's easy. Like, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's easy because I've done it, so.
You've gotten used to it. You've broken that ice where everybody doesn't like the way they look. Everybody doesn't like the way they sound. Especially when they hear it played back. You got to get over that.
I remember talking to him about all that stuff because prior to 2022, I didn't have any social media, zero. I didn't even record myself, like nothing.
Now he's on a podcast.
He come a long ways.
There's been a lot of stuff I've had to learn and go through really fast. It seems like.
Yep.
And all those phases like he's talking about, I went through them. I would record myself and I'd, oh my God, I hate this. This is so terrible. I can't use this. I'm never doing anything like this. I'm giving up on it. He's like, no, man, we'll get that worked out, you know?
Looks good, man. Just hit send it, full send. So
right.
I wish I could bring up the first video that I had from you, Nick. Our first video, I think, was you suggesting using the rib nut tool as a hole straightener.
Right.
But no kidding, this dude held his phone right up against the tool. So all you could see was part of the tool. He goes, hey, have you guys seen this tool right here?
That's exactly how it would be. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Right. Dude, been there, done that, man. Been there, done that.
It was terrible. It was absolutely horrendous.
But we all get through that. We all start there, you know, because that's what we do. I mean, you want to want to seem presentable. You want to seem cool, and you don't think you represent that as your current self. So you want to change everything about your voice, about the way you look.
One thing I noticed, speaking of voice, one thing I noticed is I did clean up some of how I do speak, even though it's a Southern accent. Like some of my first videos were absolutely terrible. Like it was ridiculous. And I cleaned that up a little bit, but still work in progress, obviously.
Well, you were trying.
I found
to not
out
have a Southern accent.
Right. I was trying to not have, and I found out that people really do like it. I was like, okay, well, whatever. We'll just go with this then.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and it makes you more relatable to the customers and people in your area, being able to talk like the locals do, and then having yourself on camera, so on and so forth. I mean, how many times, especially when I used to do a lot more video, I used to do even more YouTube videos than I am now, which is really silly that you kind of just fall off on that. But, you know, you get busier and you come up with excuses why you don't do shit. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, like I remember literally people like calling up and being like, oh my God, you're the actual guy on the video? Like, yeah. Or they'd show up like, oh, you're the actual dude that's on the video that I just saw. Like, yeah, that's actually me. Like, it's not like just a, you know, now you can use AI and I can make a video off of myself picture and edit myself to talk or whatever, but which is another mind blowing thing. Like, it's hilarious to watch that
lately.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, and even like I did a couple videos and I was showing, I'm in a local business referral group. So I edited a couple videos and did that, and I had them watch it, and they're like, man, you know, if you weren't really paying attention and knew that it was AI, because most people are not paying, you know, like that much attention to your lips and how you're moving and talking, or like people that don't know you very personally, like they're not going to pick up on it. But your average person just scrolling through whatever, they're going to be just like, oh yeah, you know, especially like with Toledo's videos, it's him talking, but it's also about you're paying attention to the dead. Like you're not looking like you're looking at him, but you're not just watching every word he's saying to see how accurate. And he does a killer job. I'm not downing it or anything, but just that's like one of them little like head trash kind of things. Like, oh well, the video doesn't look perfect, so I got to do it myself. It's like, no, I mean, think about how awesome that is to be able to write up a script, and you have, you know, AI now do that. Write up a script, input it, have yourself be saying it all through AI. I mean, you could be on a plane recording a video and not even have to, you know, you don't even have to be live in the studio or anything to do it anyway. It's crazy. Like that's the way the world is now. Like it's just insane to think of that's how the world's become,
editing
you know
app I bought maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They added AI features to it, and I recorded a paragraph in my voice, and now I can write up captions, and it just reads it in my voice. Is it perfectly my voice? No. I mean, he even mispronounces my name. You know, so it's clearly not
really
right. So it's clearly not me.
Yeah, right. That's perfect though, because everybody else does the same thing.
Everybody else, I don't care. I don't care. It's just like, well, whatever. Stefan from New Break I fixed this time. You know, whatever. But it's super useful. It's almost a little scary, but I'm learning AI as I go and how much it can help me in my business. I mean, my website for my dent repair business took maybe 20 minutes to set up, and it was up in 2. minutes, like AI, and then all I had to do was change photos to my photos.
Yep.
Yeah.
AI wrote the whole thing and did a damn good job, and it
Yep.
does it in ways where SEO is good. So it says paintless dent repair enough times that the search engine's like, oh, this is a good website for this, you know.
Yep.
And
another good one for videos like outros, the Mojo app. You can do like pre-made outros and edit it. That's what Toledo showed us at Mega Media event. I started doing that, and it's a good just like tie off to the end of the video, like work performed by Jack at Sioux Falls Dent Repair, and it's all just pre-made. Like you just cut, paste, or drop it in there, done. Like it's just one more thing that you can just
right.
Like
crank them out.
Considering back in the day when I was doing videos, it was like you had to, go through and record every single thing. And, now you could get, I don't want to call it lazy, but like you could be more productive and do it at any time. I could be sitting at a restaurant waiting for food, and I'm just like, I'm gonna edit this video quick. Or I was like, was it last week or whatever? I was going to a wedding out of town. So I had a couple hour drive. I was riding in the car or whatever. So I'm just in there editing a video about, some previous stuff I was doing. It was blast. So, and it's super easy. So
it's been helpful for me as far as what I've been doing. Yeah.
Come a long way. I mean, we were using Opus Clip just to take clips of this podcast and post them. John likes to do that. So it's,
he does all that with all the Dent stuff, and it works really well for getting clips, and it's really surprising on how well that I need to get back. I was using that for a while, and then I've been out on the Hail Trail, so I haven't been using it quite as much, but it's really good on how well it'll cut the video up, and then you can schedule it all out. You guys know that, and then how good that content gets for views, and you can watch all the analytics on it on TikTok or any of the apps, and just see like, okay, so that's a video I've already made. I'm just recycling some form of content to get people to go to my website to watch that video on my website with a blog article. And now I've got more traffic to my website, and it's stuff that's already made. Like the work is there. You just it just clips it all up for you. It gives you a caption. Oh my God. It's mind blowing how easy it works. So
it was very, very easy. I'm too anal about the videos, and I'd go in and I'd edit every aspect of them, and I ended up spending 2 or 3 hours every week on my Opus clips.
that's easy to do. Oh my God, dude! Years ago when I was using, I bought a really nice Canon camera. I have a couple of them, and I was doing all my footage shooting with a freaking high end camera. And my God, I would shoot a video of a dent repair that took me 3 hours to do, and I'm spending 6 to 9 hours editing the video. Like that's just not right. It's not feasible. Yeah. Like I enjoyed the aspect of editing and all that stuff, but I just had to step back and not do that because it's time killer. Like I cannot spend that much time. So I started getting on myself about like, all right, you've got X amount of time to do it, but then my OCD would kick in, but then you're dealing with big, huge files. And I was like, I just went right back to my cell phone. Like, I'm like, I got to just keep this simple. The footage is awesome. You don't need 4K. Well, 4K works awesome, but you don't need that high. I mean, you could, but
people are watching
1080 and right on your phone. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So when you get that kind of wrapped through your head, you're like, wait a minute here, me shooting. I mean, hell, honestly, you could probably shoot most stuff in 720 and it would be more than sufficient. Like you said, most people are watching it on a phone. Probably. I mean, I remember I still am floored at how back 10 years ago or 8 years ago, the thought of a vertical video was like, ugh, like vertical video, you don't shoot that. Right. Keep the camera sideways and you're, like, God damn, like, and now it's like the exact opposite. Like now it's not even a thought for me anyways, to shoot a wide, well, sometimes, but 99% of the time I'm shooting the capture or the videos vertical. And that's just how it is. Like, you put it on your gimbal and then you kick the button to kick it sideways. Now I'm just like, no, this is going to work because everybody's watching it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So it's all set up for vertical videos now. YouTube is a little weird and, it still can work out, but it's just not the preferred way to shoot anymore on social media, I should say.
It took me a little while to figure out when to use landscape versus when to use portrait mode. And I would be trying to put landscape videos in portrait mode places and then vice versa. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
Don's
right. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Yep.
Got to.
It's you can. This is an amazing tool. These phones, and Gene, you probably like the new sticker I just put on there.
Nice.
SpongeBob, of course.
Oh yeah.
But it's an amazing tool. You can do everything from this. I mean, you can do your entire social media, all the platforms right from here. YouTube makes it tough. So if you want to do big on YouTube and the other ones, honestly, my best piece of advice: save an old phone, get one of those holders that holds 2 phones, and have one this way and one this way. And that's the easiest way to make good content for all the platforms. I haven't found any other way to do it.
Dude, I used to have a Frankenstein set up like that.
Yeah.
I had the 2 phones sitting there, like duct taped them together to hold them together, like 2 different mounts. Like, oh, they actually make something for that. This works good enough. You know, did a couple videos like that. And I'm like, this is good enough. Whatever. Like, you know, do like a live video, but then you want the footage for something else and whatever, and you want it in a different, you know, style or whatever. So I just do it that way. And I got like an old, what is it, like an iPhone? Geez, it's an old thing, like iPhone 7, I think is what it is. And
but it works
great. Like, yeah. I mean, I probably need to upgrade so I can. I got the 13 Pro Max, which is still a great phone, so it's hard to really switch over.
Yeah, Mike, we were going to ask you next.
Yeah, he was supposed to be next week.
Well, I'll be visiting him next week. So
bottom of the barrel, no,
right?
Clearly not. No, honestly, Jack, it's been fun talking to you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
If I wasn't over here on the East Coast, I'd honestly go another hour. But I got to go to bed.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, we probably could easily.
Absolutely.
That's easy to do. Yep.
But it's so you're headed to the Hail Expo, right?
Yep.
All right.
I'll be there with Glidewell.
All right.
So will Nick.
Yeah, I'll be out there. But before we go, just tell everybody where they can reach you from, the other podcast you're on and all that, just because we have people that may not listen to it. So,
yeah, absolutely. So I'm Jack Bucknell with Sioux Falls Dent Repair. You can follow me on all social medias at Sioux Falls Dent Repair, Sioux Falls Dent on X, on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, all of them. And then I'm also a co-host on Dent Nerds podcast. We do a show about once a month. And yes, I will be at the Hail Expo here in a few weeks. And I'm excited to see all you guys, everybody that's going to be there. And then I'll be at the Vegas show and obviously regular MTE Orlando and a whole bunch of shows. Andy Patrick's meetup in Nashville in November. So yeah, thanks guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Easy guy to find, huh?
Yep,
absolutely. All right, well, we appreciate you guys for coming on, hanging out with us, and I don't have anything else. Do you?
Stormbreaker giveaway coming up next month. Make sure you head to the Facebook. Get yourself a slide hammer, brand new slide hammer. That's all I got.
That's all we got. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.